And now, the hottest podcast around the globe, Straight Up TV. With your host, that dude all-star.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight Up TV. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back. If this is your first time tuning in, man, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. Please hit that like and subscribe button for me if this is your first time tuning in, man. I will appreciate it, man. Listen, today's sponsors of this episode is 210 Slingers, 210 Slingers and Light the Night in San Antonio, Texas, man. Go check them out on Facebook. 210 Slingers, Light the Night in San Antonio, Texas. And the ATL Slingshot store here in Georgia, in Kennesaw, Georgia, the ATL Slingshot store. Go check those guys out on Facebook also. All right. So listen, man, we got a good episode today, man. Listen, I am honored to have on the show today, man, I'm honored to have one of the biggest promoters of the motorcycle show, man, game. His name is Mr. Rickie Wheel. Mr. Rickie Wheel. Listen, aka Team Money Cycles in the damn building. Team Money Cycles. Listen, so we're gonna bring Rickie in, man. We're gonna talk to him, man. You know, he's a man of many words, many hats, man. So we're gonna bring him in, talk to him, figure out what he got going on, man. I know he was just in Daytona Beach. We're gonna talk about that, man. I heard he had a Vanderhall, man. It's a killer. So we're gonna talk about all that stuff, man. So we're gonna bring him on right now. What's going on, sir?
What's going on, man? How you doing, All-Star?
Good, man. What's up, Rickie, man?
Hey, man, I'm just happy to be on the show, man. I'm excited. I'm excited
Man.
for all the questions and see what we gonna get cooking tonight.
Yeah, man. Welcome, man. Welcome, man. Hey, dog. Hey, I seen you on Facebook, man. You Daytona, what, last weekend or something like that?
Yeah, we were in Daytona Beach, Florida, for the spring bike fest that they have down there annually. It was a good time.
Yeah. Cool. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man, and I'm honored to have you, man. Listen, man, I heard a lot of things about you, man. I heard you promote the biggest motorcycle show in the country.
Yeah, we have the Team Money Cycle Sound Off series is a motorcycle audio competition. I would say it's a pretty big platform.
Yeah.
And
You're humble, ain't you?
I'll try to let the work speak for itself.
Got you. I got you.
We blessed, man. We have some great participants and followers who make it what it is. So I'm just excited about it.
Nice. I got it. I like it, man. Like I said, man, welcome to Straight Up TV, man. This is a place where we talk about slingshots. We talk about what's going on in the community, man. We talk about all kind of things, good things, bad things. Talk about shows, man. This is a place where, I stream live with slingshot owners all over the United States, man. Sometimes it's a madhouse when I have like 10 or 12 different slingshot owners in here, but we're working out, issues, and we're celebrating the moment. We're talking about the highs and the lows. It's just an all around good conversation, man. So, welcome to the channel, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So let's just start off, man. I want to know, so Rickie Wheel, where you from, man?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, Philly.
Yeah, Philly, straight out of Philly.
Yeah, man, Philly. Man.
Home of the Eagles. Go Eagles.
Home of the Eagles. I hear you, man. So what's going on in Philly, man?
Oh man, what's not going on in Philly?
Yeah, what's the weather?
It's about I think it's about just came in not too long ago. It's about 45 degrees, so it's a little chilly. We haven't broken to that warm weather yet, but Philly is good, man. Philly's a little wild right now, but I think the whole country is wild. So
yeah,
it's no wilder than other places, but we maintain it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going on, and here in Georgia, man, it's It's pretty cold outside, man. I was trying to get outside and train, man, and go through my playlist a couple more times because I'm a sound competitor, so I was trying to go through my playlist again before this Saturday, because on Saturday I'm gonna be in Tampa whipping ass in Tampa.
Oh yeah, I just saw a flyer for the Slingshot event in Tampa. So what class are you on? Do you compete?
I'm middleweight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You better get your practice on. You only got a couple more days, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Rickie, I've been in this thing since 2015, Rickie. You know what I'm saying?
You an OG in this.
I've been in this thing since 2015, Rickie. If it's a trophy for it, well, you know what, Rickie? I ain't never won sound. I always got my ass handed to me. But Rickie, I had the wrong stuff back then. I had the wrong stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I got the right stuff now.
You got the right stuff now.
Got the right stuff now.
We'll see. I'll see how the results will be in. When is the show? Saturday?
Saturday, Rickie.
All right. We'll have this same conversation Sunday and see if you had the right stuff. We'll see. The jury's still out on that.
Yeah, you see this guy in the live chat. Can you see that guy right there in the live chat named Bumblebee?
Bumblebee, yeah.
Yeah. He's one of my he's one of my opponents.
Okay. He said you got the OG light up speakers. Damn.
See, Rickie Will. Let me go on with the interview, man. See that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
cutting on you.
Yeah, they cutting on me. So how did you get started with these motorcycles, Rickie?
So prior to getting into the bagger world, I drag race sport bikes, Kawasaki ZX10, Hayabusa. I had a few Hayabusas, and drag racing was that was my thing for a good while. And then I started seeing the custom Harleys, I want to say back in 2011, 2012. And I thought they were pretty cool. That's when the big wheel bagger craze was really starting to pick up. You had the TV shows, the Arizona biker build off, things like that. That kind of stuff kind of caught my interest.
Yeah.
So I did a little research. I ended up buying a Harley, I believe in April 2013. And what I realized is building them was not as easy as I thought it was. There were a lot of different options. There were parts that worked, parts that didn't work. Quality was good, quality was not good. So it was a learning curve, both mentally and financially in the beginning. Ups and downs with shops, things that people still endure today, I'm sure. So I just started learning everything I could. There was a website back then, or what do you call it, a Facebook page called Chop Bagger. So I went on, I remember going on there reading every forum, every thread I could on there. And then as time progressed of making mistakes and buying the wrong things, I'm like, damn, man, it's not a motorcycle. This is a money cycle. So I was getting a bike painted at the time. Bike known as Miss Summer. Mm-hmm. So if you ever look at Harley Davidson, it says Harley Davidson motorcycle. So when I was looking at the emblem I was gonna get painted on the tank, I'm like, I don't want the word motorcycle on mine. I want the word money cycle, because every time I turn around, I'm spending more money in this thing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't I'm not gonna tell you I was super ecstatic about it. I'm like, well, damn, how many new parts are they gonna come out with? Every couple months it was something different. So when I got into the branding aspect of it, of wanting to start designing bikes and get into the market of selling parts, where there were people in my area who wanted to build bikes, but a lot of people didn't do the research or had an education on the different parts and whatnot. I turned that into a business opportunity back then, got an LLC, and said I'll just be a bike designer, so to speak. Let me sit down with you and kind of like you would sit down with a stylist on what outfit to put together. Let me learn about the product and educate on what you want, what you don't want, and work with different local builders who could facilitate the labor aspect of it. And I did that for a good while, man. I met a lot a lot of people in the industry, and music was always my niche.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, okay, I don't want to per se open up a shop and build. I tried that, turned a section of a warehouse that we own, took like 3,000 square feet. Oh man, you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be like the best bike builder.
Yeah.
I had all the key elements, or I thought I had all the key elements. I painted the walls and I bought all the tools and got a frame machine and lifts and the whole nine, right?
Yeah.
Had the business, had the brains, but lacked the employee aspect of it
Mm-hmm.
and the talent to actually carry out the daily operations of it.
Yeah.
So rather than marry something that I saw was not going to be successful, I think 6 to 7 months into it, I just elected to say, you know what, let's kind of pivot and see how you could turn your love for this into something different. And I did my first bike show / sound competition. It was Baggers versus Slingshots in 2015 in Philly.
Wow.
Right.
You said 2015?
Yeah, 2015, Baggers versus Philly in Northeast Philadelphia. Oh no, listen. As the story goes, this is not like this is not about to be the end of the rainbow. So I pivoted from the bike shop to the sound / bike show. So
yeah.
How hard could this be, right? So we had posters that we made the morning of that we hand wrote directions on how to find us in the back of the parking lot, behind the restaurant, next to the dumpster, across from the meth clinic, right? The methadone clinic, right? So, yeah, I'm painting this picture for you.
Yeah, I got it.
I had a free DJ, right, who cut the mic off in the middle of the competition while I was talking because he had a paid gig to get to, right? He's in the Slingshot World now. Shout out to my man Major. Like literally cut the microphone off while I was talking.
Because
he was like, you know how you get that cousin hookup? My cousin had hooked me up with a free DJ.
Yeah.
So I guess my free session was over. Man, he clicked that joint right off and he left. He broke down. It started raining. Our tents blew away. Our posters blew away.
Jeez.
But we did a cancer awareness charity aspect of it. And there was a young lady from Philly who was bad on cancer for the second time. And we were able to raise a little over $800 for her. So the goal, the mission was accomplished to be able to provide her with some money to pay some bills. But check it out. If I was basing my success of running a sound show off of that particular day, I would have quit back then.
Yeah.
So we've grown into a national event just by putting in the hard work and trying to educate the community and come up with rules and classes and just getting better. So that's pretty much in the short long version of how we actually got started with Team Money Cycles.
Yeah, they say, Rickie, consistency in anything will lead to something, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. And you can never this game is no different than anything else. You have to constantly be relevant in this custom / audio game, whether it's slingshots, whether it's motorcycles, whether it's Vanderhalls. You have to keep yourself relevant in many different ways as the promoter, as the competitor, as the manufacturer. You got to do your due diligence. You can't just build some fame and think you're going to slack off if you want to stay relevant and keep pushing and make your mark in the industry, in my opinion.
Yeah. So you're only good as your last event, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You got to be doing it right now. That's what counts.
I tell people, I always reference the Janet Jackson song, "What Have You Done For Me Lately?" Nobody, it doesn't matter if I had 1,000 people at the show last week.
Yeah.
I'm pushing for 1,500 to 2,000 the next week, or at least to stay consistent, to keep, I mean, my biggest competitor is myself, man, the person I look in the mirror every morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that, man. Listen, I took a little something off your Facebook today, if you don't mind. I took a little something off your Facebook. It goes like,
what you got? What you got?
It says, a dangerous mind, able body, and perseverance is one heck of a combination.
Absolutely. A dangerous mind, an able body, and perseverance is one heck of a combination. Yeah.
Yeah. You can only stop yourself. You can only slow yourself down. You know what I'm saying?
You got to think it, right? And then you got to get up and do it. But you got to have the perseverance to understand, if it does not go your way, if it does not be successful the first time, the second time, the fifth time, what are you going to do? You going to throw the towel in? If you don't win the first competition, like you said, you didn't have the right stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now, you've been doing this since 2015. It's 2023.
Yeah.
So you got the mind, you got the able body, because you go into the show this weekend. Yeah. And you got the perseverance to realize, all right, I ain't win last week, but I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna get my tunes right, and I'm gonna go take another swing at it, at the next show.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. That's the motto.
Yeah. And 2015, Rickie, hey, we was trying to figure the damn slingshot out, man. I went and jumped on those lights, those speakers with the lights in them. So I had all my speakers had lights in them. And it didn't sound good, but it had lights in every speaker. I was winning best of show. I was killing them in that game. Yeah. But far as the sound, actually, to be honest with you, Rickie, in 2015, when I had those speakers with the lights in them, I thought I sound good, bro. I thought I sound good. That was 2015. I thought I sound like something. So that's why it was never a big issue for me, because I thought I sound pretty good.
Man, we did when we did that event, it was back in August, right? What I tell you, August 2015, I believe.
Yeah.
And the baggers had already been playing in the audio world a little more than the slingshots. And here in Philly, we had some guys, my man Mook, a guy, I don't know if you know Dame in the slingshot world. He's from Philly. He got a neon green slingshot. He does a lot of the SS Takeover events. Dame. Yeah. I remember those guys back then with slingshots and actually battled that day.
Yeah.
And the slingshots back then were not on the same level as the baggers. Hey, y'all didn't even have parts for them like that back then.
Yeah, we had slingshot. We had slingshots only. I think we had sling mods and underground. I think we only had a couple places to get parts and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't even know if Jack was at that time period really hitting out like. I don't know if y'all were even using the pro audio gear. Like, I think a lot of this stuff was. I don't
think so.
Yeah, so you guys were using car audio stuff when we were just graduating to the pro audio stuff, like the PRV stuff back then. Mm-hmm. We were using like PRV and Terrance back in like 14 and 15. Yeah. And then I think for the slingshots, when y'all really, really, really not started doing sound, but when y'all really started like making me raise my eyebrows, I want to say, was it around like 17, 18?
Yeah, I think it was 17. I think 17 was the first SS Takeover, I think 17.
Yeah.
And that was in Atlanta. That was here where I'm at in Atlanta.
Exactly. So what's up, Sling Life? So at that point, I'm starting to look at the slingshots, but even then, y'all were just putting.
Uh-oh, Rickie, what happened? All right. I don't know what happened to Rickie. There you go. You back? I can't hear you. Rickie, can you hear me? All right. Rickie having a little small problem. He'll be back in a minute. If you just now tuning in, this episode is with Rickie Will. He is one of the biggest promoters for motorcycle shows in the country. when he comes back, before he comes back, let's just talk. So I want you guys to go check out the www.SUTV scorecard. I just deleted everything off of the scorecard. So the scorecard is set up for the first 3 events. It's set up for this weekend in Tampa, and it's set up for Jacksonville, and it's set up for one more. So if you go check it out, it's set up for the first 3 events, and I'm going to try the day after the event. So Monday, I'll always update the scorecard. Listen, if you're a competitor and you want to get on the scorecard, please reach out to me and I'll put you on the scorecard, man. So hopefully, the scorecard will let us know throughout the year who's winning on what platform. And, it's always going to have the top 5 winners in featherweight, welterweight, lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. And then it's always going to have the top 3 winners in the light competition. So that's going to be a good thing. Everybody doesn't have everybody's Facebook, but here at the scorecard, you'll be able to see who's actually winning and who actually won first and second place. So go check that out, man. And like I said, if you're a competitor, let me know and I'll put you on there. All right, so let's talk about our sponsors, man. Let's talk about our sponsors real fast. All right, so we got some awesome sponsors, man. Awesome sponsors, man. Go check out 210 Slingers, man, on Facebook, man. They are a slingshot group in San Antonio, Texas, man. Go check them out. Light the Night. Everybody knows Light the Night. If you want to light the night, you got to get Light the Night. Go check them out on Facebook. Also, the ATL Slingshot Store in Kennesaw, Georgia, here in Georgia. Go check them out, man. Go check them out. Go check them out. All right, so we're going to wait on Mr. Rickie Will to get back in here, but we're going to keep it going. Like I said, if you're just not tuning in, this episode was with Rickie Will. He is a motorcycle promoter. He is also a designer. He is also a tuner for Vanderhalls, slingshots, and baggers. And I don't know what happened to him, but we're going to see if we can get him back on. Hey, he says he's back. All right, who we got in the live chat, man? Who we got in the live chat? What's going on, Bumblebee? What's going on, Sling Life? Pandemic, I see you out there. I see you, Sling Life. Nah, Sling Life, listen. Bumblebee probably not gonna be in Tampa because he don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. And pandemic might not. He probably don't want that smoke neither, man. But anyway, let me give us a thank you to my super chat from Pandemic, man. Pandemic, I appreciate that super chat, man. His message is, "What's up, All Star? What's up, Rickie? Pandemic, Cruella, ready? You better be ready for a Pandemic All Star." It's all good, man. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I was gonna put a little snippet on Facebook. But I'm not gonna do it to y'all, man. If I put a little snippet on Facebook, Facebook might shut down. If I put a little sample of what I got in this slingshot, Facebook might not be no more Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that to y'all, man. I care about the slingshot community, man. Rickie, you back?
I'm back. It said my camera locked up, so I guess I clipped.
Yeah, you clipped.
I clipped, man.
Oh my God, man. All right, man, you back.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you good, you good. So, let's talk about this. How did you come up with the name Team Money Cycles? I know all this stuff costs money, but how did you come up with the name Team Money Cycles?
So remember I was saying that when I was building my bagger, it was like Harley Davidson motorcycle, but I just kept spending money. So I said, I'm not putting motorcycle on mine. I'm going to put money cycle because that's where I was dumping all my money into my motorcycle. And my brother and I, we were on the phone and we just started laughing. I was like, motorcycle, money cycle. He was like, team money cycle. And I was like, all right, I like it. And we just both kept saying it, playing with the team, money cycle team. And I was like, dang, you know, Floyd already had TMT.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, is TMC too close to TMT? But then I was thinking from a branding aspect, maybe if they make a mistake and type C instead of T, it'll start redirecting people back there. So
yeah,
that's what I kept saying, you know, team money cycles. And that was the name that I just stuck with when it came to the brand.
Yeah. I like it, man. I definitely like it. I when I seen it seen you on Facebook, I said, man, I like that. That's nice, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Like that. That is nice. All right, so Rickie, we're gonna get into a video, man. And I guess this is a video of some of your past events.
Okay.
All right, and then when we come back, I want to talk about the Vanderhall, man, that was all over Facebook. I want to talk about that Vanderhall.
Okay.
All right, so let's get into this video. All right.
I did.
Did you see the video, Rick? Yeah, man. Listen, man, you got one hell of a show, man. One hell of a show, man. It looks like a lot of stuff going on. Talk us through your show, man.
Hey, looking at that video, it looked like we were running a goddamn circus. It was so actually, ironically, it's funny that you showed that particular clip. That was in Benson, North Carolina, at the Gotham City Bike Fest. And that show was at Galop Motorsport Park in North Carolina. And we actually just signed back on with R&J Promotions to do that event September 23rd to 25th this year. So it's ironic that that's the video that you pulled off of there. And I'm going to get back to it, but things happen for a reason. Mr. Vernon from Light the Night,
right?
He's actually on board this year, doing something for the Slingshot community at this same event. So this will be Mr. Vernon and I. This will be our first time actually working together. So I look forward to that. So for those of you in the Slingshot community wondering what happens when the SOS invades the city, you just got a chance to see a clip of it. So I look forward to working with the Sling community and Mr. Vernon this year at the Gotham City Bike Fest. But that particular video, I mean, you got my man T.I. out of Atlanta. Yeah. You see, he was putting on a whole production. He got a DJ light in his tour pack. He get on the top of the bike. He dance for the ladies. They turn the lights down for him. Oh man. Yeah, it's the SOS is like the WWF of motorcycle audio. There's a lot of theatrics and drama and trash talk and characters that put on a show, not only the day of the show, but leading up to the show, whether it's be Facebook or Instagram or just trash talking in person. Yeah. We got a great community of participants and spectators who people look forward to seeing do their thing at the shows. Yeah. So that was just a little bit of what's to come at a show, as well as a DJ. We had a drummer we had a drummer bet on the DJ at that particular event. Shout out to my man, the Beat Bully, and CJ the DJ, who, you know, they were putting on for the crowd too. So we had a little bit of everything, man.
Yeah, I see, man. I see. Listen, those are not your regular trophies neither. So they look a little different, Rickie.
So we've had the belts. We started off doing the belts, and then I have Design Works out of Philly. My man Cole and Chris, they do like some custom trophies for me, different ideas. Now we're on we have a trophy. It's like gold with a black base, and it kind of reminds you of an Oscar award.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody now they got to chase the gold. So it's a real classy trophy, but it has a symbolic meaning. Like, you know, if you can go home with any type of SOS event, you are highly respected within the motorcycle audio world across the country. That's the reputation that we've been just trying to build and maintain. That, you know, it's great to win, but it's nothing like winning an SOS. Oh man, you got trouble on here, man.
Yeah, buddy.
You just let anybody in the neighborhood. What's up, Justin?
What's that, Rick?
How
What's
are you?
that, All-Star?
What's up? Hey, Rickie, we got Pandemic and Cruella. They want to say what's up. They won his Cruella won featherweight at your SOS show in Dallas.
Yeah,
They said it was a kick-ass show.
Hey, listen, man. She is fierce.
Mm-hmm.
She came out, and people don't realize this if they're not in tune to this whole thing that I'm going to say we do, this culture. And this is like a sport. It's just not press and play. The level of competition, the build, the time that goes and the money that goes into this, and to see, you know, you all come out and compete and do it, man. I'll be Justin to tell you, I'll be on the sideline proud when I see folks doing well. And that was my first time in Texas, doing something with the Slingshot community. And I'm so happy that I was able to hook up with Mo and Ted, Justin, and others from the sling community to help me pull that off to get the slings to come out. I was highly, highly impressed with Pandemic and Cruella.
Yeah.
And Kong, they go, listen, that's my adopted nephew back there, man, Jameer.
Oh yeah.
King Kong.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I can't hear it.
Absolutely. What's up, Jameer?
Man, nothing. Just getting back to school. You know, not much really.
You ready for this year?
Man, I mean, I was ready last year, but it wasn't really comp. So I mean.
Oh my God.
Aren't we modest?
Dang. That's the Wilson boys.
He said it wasn't no comp last year. Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Hey,
We'll see what you do this year.
Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing, but I mean the rules has changed.
Hey, Rickie, you got a featherweight, right?
What, featherweight slingshot or Vanderhall?
I don't know how you doing the classification. Is it I seen you beat up on a featherweight last week.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Let me answer your
Oh
question.
my God.
I'm gonna have to turn my hat backwards on that conversation. We're gonna say that. Shout out to Animal. He should have got the stitches out by now. But we'll talk about. I have a featherweight slingshot, but I don't believe that it's on a level to what you guys are doing. But I'll try it though. I'll try anything once.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
we can't wait to hear that Vanderhall again. I heard it's giving problems out there.
Yeah.
So y'all want to dive into this Vanderhall conversation now?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah,
let's get
go in
it.
there.
Hey, yeah, let's get it. But I got some more questions, Rickie. Well, we can get that. Let's get that one.
You might want to get your questions going now because this is going to light things up.
Okay, let's hold on to that one for a second.
Okay.
Let me ask this. Okay, so when it comes to tuning, you are a tuner, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
When it comes to tuning, what is your favorite thing to tune? A Vanderhall, Slingshot, or a bagger? Which one is your favorite to tune?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never thought about it like having a preference. The Vanderhall right now that's my biggest challenge because you don't see a lot of Vanderhalls with audio.
Yeah.
And then you don't see a lot of Vanderhalls with audio in a competitive nature because they're challenged with where to mount speaker pods at on the outside. There's not a Vanderhall does not have a lot of real estate to begin with.
Mm-hmm. So
if you can get a Vanderhall to really sound good and knock, I think you've really accomplished something. So the Vanderhalls right now, that's what's got my interest peaked right now, I would say. My favorite.
Yeah. Oh, that Vanderhall, the one that was all over Facebook, speakers are all on the inside?
That's like a G14 classified question that you just asked right now.
Yeah, I didn't mean I'm sorry, bro.
They are in the inside of the unit. However, we were able to come up with some ways to stage them and position them where they can escape out of the Vanderhall. I'll say that. I'll articulate that way.
Can you tell us how many's in there so we know what class it's competing against?
So we don't run the Vanderhall in the class. You won't see it at entering any shows to compete. Okay. It's really a showpiece, man. You know. It's a beautiful toy.
Yeah. I saw it in person. It's beautiful.
It was designed that design that you see on that Vanderhall, the paint and everything, that was all done by designed by Lil Robbie out of Philadelphia. We call him the Vanderhall King. He's had a couple different pieces that he put the design in. It was painted by Franny Drummond from Paint Zoo. The owner of that Vanderhall now is Mr. Edward Butler out of Mississippi. So I'm just myself, my man Serge out of Exotic Custom. We just the audio guys, man. We make them. Our job is to make them sound good. And All-Star, as you can see, nobody really knows how many speakers this Vanderhall has because you can't see any of them.
Yeah, that's good work. That's good work.
You can't, and the purpose was Mr. Butler said he didn't want to see any speaker. He just wanted to hear them. He don't care how many we put on them. There was no budget on the build. He just said, I don't want nobody close to it with a Vanderhall. Do what y'all got to do and make it happen. So that's what we did. So to answer your question, Justin, it doesn't really matter how many speakers it has because we're not entering it in any competition.
Okay. I just was curious because I know y'all battled. So I was just trying to see like how close y'all was, comparing speaker kind. If you had, let's say 16 and he had 8, then it's not really a battle. That's why I was curious. But if it's the secret sauce, I respect that. Because I know you don't have the same amount of real estate.
So let me just say this to you, right? And Smitty, if Smitty is on here, he can attest to this. I see Animal on Facebook on the different forums, and Animal is a bully. I didn't realize the way Animal talked, you would think he had a heavyweight sling because he does a lot of talking, right?
Wow.
And he's a very aggressive gentleman. So All-Star, let me just paint this picture. I'm in the middle of a show in Daytona.
Right.
1,000+ people. Animal, we told the Slingshots as the show progressed, we're going to bring y'all in the ring and let y'all do y'all thing. But, it's structured to the event. You know how it is. Animal in the middle, in the peak of my event, walked into my ring while I was on the microphone, and he said, "I want you, and I want you now. You ducking me. You scared of me."
Jesus, hey, that sounds like a movie.
Turn it back,
huh?
You turn the hat back.
Justin, I want to be honest with you. He caught me so off guard. I said, "What?" And he was like aggressive, like he had fire in his eyes.
Jeez.
You scared of me, like he damn near spit flew out of his mouth and landed on my lip.
Yeah.
Like he was that, like I cut the mic off like, yo, bro, like, who are you talking to? Like, relax. Like, you scared of me? You said we was going, I gotta go. First of all, leading up to the event, the brother sent me a message talking about, I'm coming to the event, save me a few spots.
Oh, wow.
I said, oh, this dude is crazy. He got to be on medication, right? So I said, listen, bro, I got to run these classes, these bikes. But if you just wait a minute, I can't wait. I got to go. I got to go. Either we doing it or we not. All right, well, we not doing it. We not doing it. Yeah, you scared of me. So he left. I'm like, whatever, man. The next day, I'm in the Vanderhall. I pull up to the Sound Bully show, hosted by Maverick Customs, right? At the Speedway. I pull up. I don't have the music playing. As soon as I crack the door open, who do I see? Old Animal. I said, this dude is persistent.
What, so, hey, Rickie, why he want you so bad?
I mean, if you find out, you let me know. So as I'm getting out, and he was, listen, man, shout out to Jarrell. Once we talk, real cool dude. I was just like, this.
He a cool brother. Yeah, he definitely.
At first, like, Justin, I don't know where he coming from. I'm like, damn, like, what's up with this dude? So he's like, yo, what's up, man? I'm like, what's up? Hey, Smitty, Smitty just got on her. Did Animal Jarrell, did he beg for what he got? So he like, hey, man, I thought he was going to open the door and help me out the daggone Vanderhall, right? Because, you know, I had to squeeze in there. I'm like, what's up, bro? We doing this thing today or not? What you want to do, bro? Me and you going to battle. I already talked to the people. They said we could do it. When he saw me coming up, he went to the registration table and got everything lined up. I said, all right, man, if they could get us in, man, I'll do it. Let me know. All right, bet. So he leaves. So then a little later on, he comes back. Yo, he said, they said as soon as they done this class, we next. So I pull in next to him. Justin, I've been doing this for a minute. I don't know. He don't know me. I looked at his sling. I said, you sure this is what you want? Yeah, man, I ain't scared. This whatever. This is what I do. He got all his trophies and everything he ever won, his ribbon. He got ribbons pinned to his seat. He got chains, belts, all kind of accolades. So I'm like, man, he must be pretty dangerous, right?
He a beast. He a beast. He a beast.
He go online. He put up a pre-fight post. He got people from his neighborhood. He got the whole city on his back. Go ahead. That ain't no way the Vanderhall could beat you. Jack from Underground said, I would win on clarity. No, he said the Slingshot would beat me on clarity, but because I have a roof, I should have him on base. All kind of comments up. So I went to him. I said, man, I'm a gambler, man. I said, you want to gamble? You want to bet some money? I didn't do what you do. You scare people, Justin. So he said, how much you want to bet, man? I said, let's lock it in for 500, man. So he said, nah, I don't want to do it for 500. He said, I'll do it for 100. I said, I at least got to be able to go buy 2 cheap steaks for me and my wife. Let's do it for 200. So my man, we shook on it. He's like, I'm going to have to cash that. I said, man, you ain't going to roll around on the ground over no 200, bro. Your word is good. We work it out. So I go look at his slingshot, right? And I ain't new to this, Justin. I said, oh, he finna get his toe up. And he looking, man, he got the confidence of the world on him. We get in the ring. He played his first song. No disrespect, very nice sling, but he should have found something else to play with. Playing with me was dangerous. When I heard his first song, Justin, I said he dead in the water.
Oh my God.
Dead in the water. As soon as the clock stopped and his time was over, before they could say play, I hit play. First shot, I know I put a hickey on his head.
Wow.
First, I think the Vanderhall, I think we played 5 songs in 90 seconds.
I heard you flipping through it.
That's clock management. And we ain't even looking at the clock because we do this. Like, I don't know who you are in the sling world, but you should have Googled me before we did this on Animal. Boom. Smitty.
Yo.
Did Animal ask for that behind whooping?
He set himself up real proper.
Shout out to Animal. You know what I mean? So it went to, I won the first round. We did 2 rounds. So then he played LL Cool J Rock the Bell.
Mm-hmm.
That was the worst thing he could have did. That's in my grudge playlist. We came back to back, that showed him how the bass really was supposed to drop. Then we hit Jeezy all there on him, and we was off to the races. Got my 200, and we went and got us some steaks on Animal.
You really was you really suckered that man into that.
Smitty,
he asked for it, so I can't say you can't do nothing. But sheesh,
Smitty, 2 days in a row, he asked for it.
He was hot about you not letting him play at your event, though. He was
hot.
Yeah.
Smitty, it was close. Was it a close battle, Smitty?
Yeah.
Oh my God! It wasn't even close.
Hey, all-star.
He was class, bro. I mean,
Oh yeah, Rickie, how many speakers you got, Rickie? It wasn't fair.
I don't
Rickie.
know. I can't count.
Yeah, you might be a heavyweight in the Vanderhalls. You might be a heavyweight in the Vanderhalls, man.
How many speakers did you see, Smitty?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how to count. That's none of my business.
He ain't you ain't gonna see him. You just
Hey, Smitty is a nice guy. He don't want to say, but the word around the Slingshot community was you had 16.
Oof.
16 to his 6.
Ask them where they at. I bet you they can't tell you where they at.
They can't play their Slingshot, so I don't think they added, right? But I'm gonna say you had somewhere above 10.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Who said I had 16? Tell them we'll split their head to the white meat next since they started.
Hey, soon as we seen you play, you know what young Jameer said.
What he said?
He up there now. He coming over here. He ain't even gonna let me play him first.
hey, nephew. All we wanted to do was show it off. We didn't want to battle. That's the only battle we did all
So you got called out. You got called out.
No, I got bullied. That man was talking to me so crazy, man.
All right. Hold on, guys. Let's get on this first commercial. We'll be right back. We'll get on commercial.
Welcome to ATL Slingshot Store.
ATL Slingshot Store. Our store and installation shop is located in Kennesaw, Georgia, and on the web at atlslingshotstore.com. We offer aftermarket parts for the Polaris Slingshot and Vanderhall, body kits, LED lights, stereo equipment, air ride, rims, and installation services. Our primary offering is acrylic aftermarket parts with the option for personal customization. Parts are cut with an in-house CNC laser cutting machine. In addition, we are the dealer for various vendors. In-store financing offered through Snap Finance and online through Affirm. We offer the recently launched DDM Works Limelights. The Chaser LED kits can be purchased in a variety of packages, from only wheel rings and underglow to a full kit. Our focus is the installation of basic sound systems to medium-sized builds. We proudly offer the speaker brand PRV from Brazil. This year, we are bringing in a new brand to the Atlanta market, Torque Audio.
Thank you for your support for the last 3 years. We'll continue to make parts for your toys.
All right. And we back, man. I don't think it was fair, Rickie, man. I don't think it was fair, man.
Hey, man, I'm gonna say this: if you get your ass in the ring and press play, it's fair.
He asked for it though. I didn't pick on him. He picked on me. What was I supposed to do? He bullied me.
Oh yeah.
He pressed play.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say, hey, do you want to battle? He sorted me out 2 days in a row. What am I supposed to do? Keep getting bullied? My mom told me I got to fight outside. Or when I come in the house, I'm gonna have to fight. She gonna beat me up. So I didn't want to get beat up at home. She locked the door and made me fight.
Yeah.
That's
so Rickie. So when Rickie, when you tuned the Vanderhall, you tuned that Vanderhall, right? That's your tune job.
Yeah, that's mine.
Talk to us about it, man. I mean, how many speakers? How many DSPs you got on that thing?
We got one DSP. We run one DSP. Shout out to DC Audio. We got DC Audio subwoofers. Shout out to my man Rusty for getting me getting me the right sauce that we needed to work in the Vanderhall. You know, we got a little something special we put together. You know, we got a couple Bama speakers. Shout out to my man Jose Diaz and Gabe over at Bama. And you know, we got some Sound Digital amps. Shout out to Diago and the whole Sound Digital crew. That's it. You know, that's all we had. Same thing I run in the baggers. This is what I run in the Vanderhall.
Ain't no ported, no speaker boxing, no ported at the bottom, nothing.
Hey, listen, nothing bigger than the 6.5 inch speaker. I don't have no 8s.
Damn.
I don't have no 10s. We got a couple 6.5s and 2 little 10-inch subs. That's all we have.
Hey.
2 little 10-inch subs.
That's all we got. And a little bit of power. That's it.
I don't
I'm sorry. Shout out to Limitless lithium batteries for them couple batteries we got.
Man, all right.
Shout out to the pandemic crew. You know what I mean? You know, shout out to Exotic Customs. We just a little family, man. We just do a little something together. Tell you what, if he want to redeem himself, we got the little brother of the red one. I got a little sky blue one. A little sky blue one that was down there. He can try, or I got a little gray one, caramel, that the doors open up like this, like Lamborghini door. Anyone he want to try, we locked and loaded. We got about 6 or 7 Vanderhalls in the stable we'll bring out.
One sub. So which one of them got one sub?
We don't. Yeah, uno, no uno. Everything is dosing up.
Wow.
So he got to take on at least a lightweight with the 210 subs.
At least a lightweight.
Yeah.
Then you go complain.
What's the speaker count on the light? You know what? What's the lightweight?
8 speakers and 2 10-inch subs.
I'm a lightweight.
10 speakers?
Are you a welterweight?
Now I am talking about that.
Yeah, you're a welterweight.
10 speakers. See, this is why I don't come pick on y'all slingshots, right? I'm a slingshot owner. Y'all done took these slingshots and put these big boxes on the back, which is cool. I'm not complaining. I like the innovativeness of it, but I'm smart. Like I'm not gonna come with a vehicle that's unmatched. Like it's hard to compete. What's wrong?
You're not gonna come with a
Smitty, that man.
I was just asking. I was just clarity. I was just asking for clarity.
So it's kind of hard for us to bring the slingshot out. We don't have pods. Like, you know, where can we hang pods at?
So listen, a lightweight this year will be 2 10s, same as a Vandal, and it'll be 6 8s. No matter where they are, it's only 6 8s. I mean, you know it is.
That's close.
That's as close as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
That's 10 speakers. I mean,
that's 8 speakers. Rick, count again. 6 plus
8 and 2 subs.
A subwoofer is a speaker. Google it.
6 plus 2 is 8.
Oh, 8. Oh, 8. I'm sorry. Yeah. I heard the 8-inch speakers.
Yeah.
8. See how scared I got? I got nervous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this year you might find something that you might actually get in the ring and have yourself you might have a little fun with that.
I mean, if we had a Vanderhall at a slingshot event, you know, I'll talk to Ed and see if we want to do a little traveling. We may come to one of the slingshot events and hang out with you guys. We may load up a couple Vanderhalls.
Lightweights in North Carolina. I think you might be all right. You might not have to travel too far.
I mean, is there any other Vanderhalls in the city? Because we put it up online. We'll try any Vanderhall in the country that comes sit how we sit for $1,000 or better.
Ooh, I like that.
Wow.
I do too. I just don't know nobody got a Vanderhall.
Yeah, I don't know neither.
Buddy, you already know I'm with the shits, but I don't know nobody with Vanderhall.
Yeah, I don't either. You and Mr. Butler, the only ones I know that got them.
God.
I mean,
Can't hide money.
We got about that whole crew got it. We got about 8 to 10 of them.
Dang.
Schmitty, have you ever seen anybody else besides his crew that got them Vanderhalls like that?
It's a couple up Philly.
Yeah, we got some in Philly. It's some up here in Philly.
He got a mean little white one.
Yeah, June and Rita out of Philly got a nasty white one.
It's a white one. Yep, it's a white one.
I'm talking with the sound. I see some pretty ones here
they
in
got
Texas, but
sound.
not sound like that. Not
No,
nowhere
they got-
like that. That
Yeah,
orange.
they got sound up here.
They got sound in theirs.
They won't even ride nothing up top without no sound.
Okay.
Yeah, they got sound. You got Zoe in Delaware. I haven't heard Alonzo's, but I hear he got a nasty one.
So you can pretty much name all 6 in the country besides your camp.
Yeah, pretty much. It's some guys up in Connecticut. It's some guys up in Connecticut that sent me a message telling me to watch out. They coming and all. I'm still waiting for them to cash at me the DP money so we can lock it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just want to have a little fun, but
They just too small for me. I can't even. I'm not gonna lie. My wife said she won't, but that thing is small.
I fed a slingshot, let alone a Vanderhall.
Can't get it.
I don't know what to get in, Justin. But have you ever looked inside a Vanderhall? Honestly,
yeah, they're nice, but hell, you can't fit. I can't fit. Me and my son can't sit next to each other in one.
There's no room in them for audio. To be honest with you, it's the biggest.
You know
where y'all putting these speakers at, Rickie?
You know what it reminds me of? Because all of us came from car audio. It reminds me of the El Camino, yo. You remember how the El Camino had the back seat, that little bass box under the back seat, and then you had the little two-body doors. Yep.
They stopped making them before Jameer was born. He don't know what y'all talking about.
Oh, my bad.
Also, you said where we put the speakers?
Yeah, where y'all putting the speakers at, man? If you can't see none of them, you can't see. Cause listen, you can see the speakers on the Slingshot. You know what I'm saying? Inside, outside, you can see it. So you mean to tell me in the Vanderhall you can't see none of the speakers?
No, that
well-built systems.
Upon the customer's request, he didn't want to see no speakers. He wanted it stealth, clean.
Hey, All-Star, don't think that you can see all of them on a Slingshot. It's a few middleweights out there that be cheating. I'm just letting you know in your class.
Man, they got Sling.
In
Texas,
you better check.
They got them in the underneath the where the turn signals at in the front fender.
Who on the Slingshot?
Wait, King Kong. King Kong, don't do that, man. Cause listen, man, don't do that. Cause listen, the only thing I'm hiding is my 8K. You ain't gonna see the 8K. It's in the back tail. But everything else you can see. I'm fair game. You know what I'm saying? I'm fair. But,
hey, all I'm telling you,
drop the name
on the ground. We found a couple cheating last year with horns firing down.
Oh my God!
Better check.
That ain't nothing new.
Name the state. Name the state. Just say the state.
The state we found them in? Atlanta.
Yeah, the state.
I don't know if that person was not from Atlanta, but it was at the Atlanta show.
Where were the speakers at?
They had them firing down under the bottom, like the horns and some under the hood. We was gonna call them out, but we beat them anyway, so we ain't even say nothing.
Dang, man.
Oh wow.
Hey, so the platform got to do a better job of counting these damn speakers, man, or something.
They better inspect them.
What you want us to do? Put them on a lift? Motherfuckers gonna cheat. They gonna cheat, bro. There's nothing you can do about it.
To me, like you right, they taking it too far. Right. They got to do all that.
Yeah, and then still lose. Come on, man. If you cheat and lose, you got to go home. That got to be the driest ride home ever.
When is y'all next Slingshot event? What's
Saturday? This Saturday.
Tampa. Saturday this week.
This Saturday, Rickie. This Saturday, where I'm gonna be at.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't make Tampa. I'm getting ready for Cali, so I'm trying to get this Road King built to get to Cali. But I'm gonna definitely make it to a Slingshot event. How many of y'all coming out to Justin? Y'all coming to North Carolina?
We went to North Carolina last year. Depends on the date.
It's September 23rd to the 25th.
Probably not. He'd be back in school. So usually like the end of the summer last year, it was right before school started, was Atlanta to North Carolina. So we hit both of those right before school started.
Okay, I understand.
He'd be in football during that time. So you know how Texas is with football.
Yeah. We got to get that scholarship lined up.
That, and we selling the Slingshot this year. So at any show, it could go. This is how we paying for school. Let's get it.
Dang.
Hey, Rickie, we got some questions. Sling Life wants to know, have you ever built a sling for competition?
Everything that I tune and touch, nothing, you know how people say this is just a rider? No, everything is ready to go. If I touch it, design it, if you swing on it, it got to know how to fight. So everything is for competition. My daughter, when she was 3, her tricycle was going to have to be the fastest tricycle in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Smitty, what you got? You got a lightweight or you still got a featherweight, Smitty?
I got a featherweight that's for sale if anybody wants it. The baddest featherweight. If Rick want to try that one, that'll probably.
So what you saying right now is, you know, the Slingshot community puts Smitty on the pedestal. He like a Mount Rushmore. He the one.
Don't believe
it. Neo.
Don't
and
believe
you know your reputation over there too, Rick. So you might have to take on Smitty's featherweight.
What's the setup, Smitty?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, let me just ask a question. Was it the one that your brother was driving?
Oh, you definitely don't want that smoke.
No, but that's my God.
You definitely don't want that smoke. That's a different. You ain't.
Yeah, that's a different.
You could tie all 20 of y'all Vanderhalls together. That wouldn't be enough.
Yeah, I mean, Smitty, you ain't gotta talk cute to me, Smitty.
But I do. I would have tried you with my little 6-speaker, but not for fucking $200. You had to give me $200.
Smitty, just watch. Smitty, watch how you talking to me. IOM it's only money. Take it easy.
I mean,
we will build something to try. You don't. Now I said you was good. Don't get cute now.
You do.
Nah, that's what we're getting somewhere now.
Right?
Huh?
If you build it, I will come.
Thank you. That's all. That's all. That's
if you build it, I will come.
So what you saying, Smitty, Slingshot or 6-speaker, you'll pull up on them.
So you got a featherweight, the one that
the little black one with the rose gold wheels.
The one that Tanya was trying?
Yeah, the little black one with the rose gold
wheels. We'll try you. How much?
You will?
200?
Hell no, not for the Mount Rushmores. We got to pump that thing to at least 5.
That's what I think too.
Everybody on the panel.
Listen, I was trying to be nice. The last guy said 500 too. Like I said too much.
What you say? It's only money.
Yeah, we'll try you for 500.
Next time we're in the same place.
Absolutely.
We ain't gotta talk about it no more.
We ain't gotta talk about it no more.
You already know it's good.
See how easy that was?
Yeah. Let me ask Rickie and Smitty, let me ask a question, man. So when you hear someone say the sauce, what Vanderhall or Slingshot, when someone said they got the sauce in the install, what instantly comes to your mind when people say the sauce?
Go ahead, Smitty, you can answer.
For me, when you talk to me about the sauce, I built my name off mid bass. You know what I mean? Like before anybody understood why the bike sounded different, why it seemed like I had so much bass. I built my name off a strong mid bass. So for me, I'm gonna go. Can your mid keep up with mine? Is your tune as clean as mine? That's my sauce.
And I attest to that with Smitty. Just knowing Smitty, being in the room with him when he tunes and judging his motorcycles as well as his slingshots from a promoter judge point of view, he's had one of the strongest. I don't know to date if I've heard a bike that has those side pods that have a cleaner mid-bass tone than Smitty's, or one that's very distinct. And that's particularly why I asked you, were you talking about battling with that bike that your brother was driving? Because ego in this game, get your head cracked. So I'm strategic. So if that's what we're talking about, I know that I gotta pull the laptop out and maybe do a little tweaking. What you just say, can yours keep up with mine? Whereas though I'm gonna be known for top end vocal, clarity. Absolutely. I'll probably put more power to mids than most people on the vocal side will be probably scared to do what I'll do in a tune with that, and then have the bass, enough bass to come underneath it and hold the highs. Where some people may not, they may be a little nervous to go into that end of the pool I'll go in, because most people are going to distort to the level I'm gonna turn it up to. I don't know if you agree or disagree, Smitty.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that I mean it's really so. What it boils down to is everybody's got a way they get to we get to the same goal. The sauce, I guess, realistically, the sauce is in the tune, man. Yeah, the sauce is in the tune.
Yeah, the sauce is in the tune.
And Smitty, it ain't got nothing to do with the port, Smitty. You poured it in the front and the bottom. Does that play a factor?
99% of the people that are porting shouldn't be doing it. I'll say that. It's a lot more to it than sticking a 4-inch pipe in an enclosure and sending it.
Absolutely.
That's the fastest way to destroy a speaker. That's the fastest way to get a shitty sound and not know, if you don't know what you're doing. So again, a lot of these speakers that I see used, somebody told me they ported, and I I'm real quick. I pull out my phone. I look the speaker up. I'm like, why did you do that? Like, why you're safer with a sealed enclosure if you don't know what you're doing. So
wait, they porting these things? Ours ain't ported. Ours is sealed.
Stop it. I know PJ too. I know PJ too.
And you can't hide that. You can't hide that, King Kong. If you pour it in the bottom, we'll see that.
I know PJ too, sir. Yeah. Okay.
And even with porting, right? Even when I'm getting the subs built, what in the perfect world when SD, what the computer tells you should have for what we doing
rarely works.
We'll try it to see if we at least get a baseline, but most time you got to throw those numbers out the window, because what we're doing is we're not supposed to be doing, especially in these environments, in these vehicles. And you'll have guys from the car world say, no, that's how it's supposed to be. You can't do that. Everything that we were told you can't do in motorcycle audio, and I'm pretty sure Slingshot World, we're doing it. So there's no rule book. We're surprising the manufacturers when you call back and you talk to them and say, yo, this is what I did with this. This is what I did in my tune. They're like, really? So it's a lot of information that's being passed back to the manufacturers, which is great because it's allowing them to build products that are working for us. So everybody that's involved, you just know the innovativeness that everyone's putting into this community is not falling on deaf ears. It's actually being used in R&D. That's why so many products coming out every few months is a different product. It's a better product coming out because you guys keep pushing the envelope and making the naysayers believers.
Yeah. Well, Rickie, when it comes to boxes, which is better? And I'm glad you guys are on here because I want to ask these questions. When it comes to boxes, and Justin, King Kong, you can answer this question too. But when it comes to boxes, which one is better, wood boxes or fiberglass boxes? Sub boxes.
Ours are fiberglass.
Because I'm hearing that wood is the best. Wood sub boxes are the best. I want to know. I got you guys on here. I want to know.
What's fiberglass on King Kong?
Side pods are.
He said sub enclosure, Justin.
Sub.
Them fiberglass.
I'm going to tell you
with Dynomat around them.
I like a wood enclosure, but the chances of you taking a Harley Davidson bag and making it out of wood, people do it, but most guys take a fiberglass bag, and again, it comes down to the sauce again.
Where we going with this sauce shit again?
Of what you incorporate inside that bag and knowing how to make it work without losing the airspace and all. And most people are paying for that sauce, so we can't give it away.
Yeah. So I normally, in a real world, wood is going to be more dense. It's going to give you a better sound. You're gonna skip all the tinginess. You're not gonna have to hunt down all that stuff. So in a real world, wood would be great. But having crossed over into the Harley world, if somebody had told me I could make that much bass without a sub and without any wood, I would have never believed it 2 years ago. And then 2019, when I really sat down with Jack and had conversation with him about how he was making enclosures, and 90% of his enclosure is I'm sorry, more than that. All of his enclosures are out of fiberglass. Before I decided to chop it up and put my own sauce in it, every enclosure I used in the Slingshot was fiberglass from UAS, and I mean, I before I bought a Slingshot, before I got into a Harley, you could never make me believe that those weren't wooden enclosures. But you like you say, everything that they say doesn't work is defying the odds in open air. So
yeah. Well, I guess you got to put that dampener in there in that fiberglass. You got to put that dampener inside of it.
I don't know what you're talking about. No dampener. Whatever you need dampener for.
You only got to do that with Death Bounce, man. Death Bounce beat like that.
Yeah.
Come on. King Kong, listen. Yeah. Hey, listen, man.
You might have to use that dampener when your speakers light up.
All right.
All
right. Hey, Rickie.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be in Tampa Saturday, bro. Sling Fest, Tampa. They gonna hear it, bro. They gonna hear it.
I got a middleweight I just finished not too long ago. Should I call him and see if he's gonna be in Tampa?
Smitty, do what you do. He gonna have to get it. He gonna have to get it. Hey, matter of fact, I want to say he or she, because these female, somebody gonna get it. I'm stop saying he all the time because these females is.
Yo, you know what? Speaking of females, right? I gotta talk about my girl real quick, right? She will only time I hear her play her sling is when she's leaving an event, right? My goal this year is to make Mo play that sling in front of me. When she left the track last year, I was like, damn, who was that beating? And it was her. It is my goal to have Mo play that sling when I come to Texas this year.
Yeah.
Y'all remind it got quiet.
Yeah.
we was waiting to see,
I was waiting to see who you was gonna say. Yeah, but shit. Hey, you know what? Me and Mo have our back and forth sometimes, and it's all love. I've never heard her compete since it's been redone, but we have heard her in the parking lot, and I will say it. I haven't heard the clarity, being up close, but I could definitely say being down the road in the parking lot, the beat was carrying. She was beating the block down with them 4 subs in the back.
Bro, I was riding a few cars behind her, leaving, and I'm like, damn, that thing is beating. I didn't know who it was, so when I got close, I rolled a window. I'm looking at her like, are you serious? You ain't play that thing all day. Mo. She just smiled, waved, and got in the win. I'm like, man, I want to just hear it. I don't care if she compete, but I just want to stand close enough to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. That was just my little take when you said females. I heard Cruella, Elizabeth.
What's the girl from Light 'Em Up, Smitty? She got a featherweight, and Phoenix. Hey, we heard her in Florida. Hey, she be beaten too, man. She got a hell of a bang for her featherweight.
I see she's on here. She actually just asked about Gotham City. So TMC will be at Gotham City. We're gonna host. I guess I can let the cat out the bag. We're going to do Who Wants Smoke, or a variation of what we did in Daytona. We're going to do that in the Gotham City Bike Fest.
What's the buy-in class for this show?
Smitty, I have to see honestly what's going to be the hype leading up to that. It was middleweights in Daytona. They're talking about heavyweights when we get to Memphis. So I got to see what's what. And we may not do that Saturday. I was talking to Roy. If we do something like that, we may do that Friday night, only because it kind of changed the whole trajectory of how Who Wants Smoke was going. It made it a little bit too organized, and we want to keep it unorthodox. Hey, Justin, we were just picking people out of the crowd. Like, if you got a lightweight, raise your hand. You raise your hand. All right, you, and you, come on. Get your bikes now. Hurry up.
Okay.
And we want to bring that what did I say? Unorganized, unorthodox, organized fun back to the community.
And you talking about the bikes or the slingshots or both?
I'm going to talk to Mr. Vernon before I speak on this, but if he's with it, I'm not sure what platform, what he's going to run for the slings when you guys get down there. But if the slings want to be a part of the Who Wants Smoke experience, we'll merge the two communities together and run everybody. But until we actually nail it down, I won't speak on what the slings are going to do. But it's going to be a fun day.
North Carolina?
He normally runs lights on Friday night, so I don't know if I'm not going. I can't speak for him either, but I know he normally runs the light show on Friday. So
is that normally long?
He might be game for that on Friday because he's doing a new team thing on Friday too on a couple shows too. So he's trying to incorporate some things on Friday night besides the lights, I think. But I mean,
this is like us bringing TMC coming back to Gotham City is new. So myself, Mr. Vernon, Roy, and Bo, we're gonna sit down and actually figure out what's what and how things are going to be structured and ran and things of that nature. But it's gonna be fun.
That's the North Carolina show, right?
Yeah, that's in Benton, North Carolina, September 23rd to the 25th.
All right, guys.
Hey,
hold on
find us a welterweight that want to lock in a $1,000 plus bet. We'll make the trip.
For what kind of a slingshot? What's what?
Yeah, slingshot. Yeah.
All right, hold on for guys.
Boy, I don't think you.
You
gotta say a Harley. I don't think that you don't want to come to the East Coast talking like that.
I've been over there and did my thing. I'll come over there with a welterweight. I got a welterweight, Smitty. I'm gonna text you after the show about my welterweight though.
Okay. All
right, we're gonna go on another commercial. Hey, Rickie, when we get back, man, you're a designer. You help design, Vanderhall slingshots, man. Also a tuner. But I want to talk to you more about how you deal with customers who want to be a killer, but they're not spending the money to be a killer, man. How do you talk to them when they come in there? They say
that's gonna be a short conversation.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Showdown is traveling the country, and it's shaking up a city near you like a freight train. And the first stop is Jacksonville, Florida. Duval! That's right, April 21st through the 23rd. And it's all happening at the Northern Tools facility, located at 10,000 Atlantic Boulevard, Jacksonville, Florida. Friday night, we light the night with the LED competition, where there's $1,000 up for grabs for having the best of the light. Followed by a night ride through the city, the jazz under the light. And then Saturday, we light up the city with the three-wheel showdown, three-wheel toy. Get it all cleaned up and sounding right, so you can show up to show out at the three-wheel showdown. It's the biggest bike show for the Polaris Slingshot, Can-Am Rikers, Spider, Vanderhall, T-Rex, all three-wheel motorcycles. The three-wheel showdown is the only place you can win over $5,000 in cash and prizes. Then immediately after the sound competition, we take the official after party to the three-wheel showdown at Dave & Buster's. That's right, April 21st through the 23rd, as the three-wheel showdown invades Jacksonville, Florida. For more information or directions, call 210-835-5910 or log on to showdownrally.com.
All right, and we're back. What's up, Rickie? Where you go?
I'm back. I had to grab something to drink real quick.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. I thought I had.
Oh, no problem.
So you want to? What was that question again?
Oh, listen. I'm just curious, man. I know you're real passionate. You're real passionate about designing and tuning these, these slingshots and Vanderhalls. So what happens when someone walks into your shop and they want you to build them this beast and they want to compete, but they're just not trying to spend the type money because you have an idea what it takes to be a beast, what it takes to win. If they're not trying, are you honest with them? Do you tell them, look, bro, you're not going to win with this? What do you tell them if they come in? They want to be a winner, they want to compete, but they're not trying to buy the right things and they're not trying to spend the money.
So here's the thing. Every customer is not my customer. I'm not the cheapest guy in town. I'm not the Walmart of audio. I'll tell you, when I came to this game, I was told by a gentleman who gave me my first account, don't be Walmart, be the Gucci and Louis Vuitton of whatever you do. So, prime example, we're talking about the Vanderhall now, right?
Right.
When we were contracted to do that job, the customer knew his goal was to be the best, and get the best. And that's the type of customer I want. I want my reputation to be on it. I want it to be talked about in the you know, on the internet, off the internet. I want us to have and when you start settling for mediocrity, that's what you're going to get. So I only want to deal with a certain type of customer that is willing to take my advice on getting the best equipment, the best gear, to give me the best, the best ingredients to make the meal out of. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that customer you're talking about, that he want to be the best, but he don't want to spend that much. And I'm not saying this in an arrogant way, but sometimes budget and best most times don't go together. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather say, okay, All-Star, you don't have the funds to get you to be the best right now, but let's come up with a plan to how much do you have now. Some people will take your $2,500 and give you $2,500 of mess, right? So what happens is when you get another $2,500, you're taking mess out and putting more mess in. Mm-hmm. And before you know it, you got a shelf in your garage or your basement full of mess. And you can't understand why you can't get out of the hole. Or would you rather me sit down with you and say, all right, All-Star, to be the best, to be a top competitor, you may not be able to do it in 2 months with $2,500, but let's get on a plan. All right. It's kind of like a weight loss journey or buying your first house where you got to save up. So this is what we're going to do. Let's go with stage one. We're going to buy your power, your amplifiers, right? Let's get good amps. All right. And this is going to be the budget. How much you have? All right. So $2,500, $3,000, you can get all that power you need. All right. So how are your finances set up? When can we go to phase 2 of buying these speakers? All right, Rickie, I can do that in another 3 weeks. All right. So boom, 3 weeks later, we get the speakers and so on. And we build up, we stockpile all the ammunition you need to go to war. And then when you get to the end and we install it with good wires where we didn't skimp on anything, now let's be honest. We can't take 2 or 3 years to complete this this mission, because by then, some of this stuff may be obsolete the way the industry turned over. But if we pick a good enough window, realistic window, you can get some great products where you're only spending money once. I tell people, where people lose and waste a lot of money is piss poor planning. Mm-hmm. Before you buy a speaker, a tweeter, a wire, a DSP, go to a show and listen. Find a sound that you like, right? And then say, damn, what components does Smitty have to at least get that sound? Now, you may have to get it tuned and whatnot, but at least know the ingredients to make the meal. Understand me? And then you go back to the drawing board and write it down. Get you a notebook. Write stuff down. Go online. Google is your best friend. The way I was able to sell parts and make money when I first got into this, because nobody wanted to do the research. So like, remember I told you I went on Chop Baggers. I read every single forum. As a customer, I said, what do I like that shops do? What don't I like that shops do? How can I provide a better service? How can I do this? How can I do that? So I tell people that's building their bikes, do the same thing. If you got a shop that you like to deal with, make sure they can meet your expectations. Make sure they can meet them in a timely manner. Mm-hmm. Make sure your bike ain't paid off by the time they complete the build.
Yeah.
Listen, here's another thing. Make sure that they can tune it too. Every builder is not a tuner. Every tuner is not a builder. I'll tell you, my strong points are, I got this right here. I can design it. I can consult. I can draw it out on paper. If you say, Rickie, fiberglass that's not my strong point. That's not what I do. And I'm man enough to admit it. Now, I could tell you what I want you to do. All-Star, you a fiberglasser? All right, this is what I want you to do. Cut this hole, fiberglass this, put this there. You sure that's going to work? cut this whole fiberglass, this, put this there, put it all together. Let me get the laptop out and tune it. And that's how the team works. If you got a guy that's good with wire, and I don't like doing wire, let the wire man do the wire. Let the port man work on the port. Let the enclosure man work on the enclosure. Let the tuner do the tuning. And what you will end up at the end is a finished product that you can go out and compete at the high level with.
All right, I got it.
And it costs money though. So you ain't got to spend it all at one time, but you do have to spend it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Rickie, the only reason I asked that question is, man, I got tons of Slingshot friends, man. And it seems like all of us have so much extra stuff that, 3 and 4 batteries and 4 and 5 amps. And I got a DSP in there I'm not using right now. That's brand new. I got tweeter horns, super tweeter horns. I got neo lithium tweeters. I got so much stuff I'm not using, man. If we can save someone the headache from buying all this extra stuff that you're not going to use, I think it maybe start with the damn designer can say, hey, listen, what you're trying to do, or, give them that, even if it don't sound good, you got to tell them, hey, bro, if you buy these little ass speakers in 3 months from now, you're going to want to upgrade them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to accomplish here?
So all this extra stuff you have, right? Now, here's the difference. Do you have extra stuff because as the sport grows, you find out that there are better products that are going to give you a little more, like racing? If there's a cam or something that's going to give my race car a little more horsepower than I had last year, then I'll make the investment because the sport itself has advanced. Or do you end up with a bunch of all this extra stuff that you say you have? Is that due to piss poor planning, or a designer who wasn't skilled as you thought he was, or maybe he thought he was as good as maybe he thought he was good, but he wasn't as knowledgeable as you thought. And then did you check his resume?
You know what? So I didn't. The first shop I went to, because he did a good job on my Impala, I took the Slingshot there, and my words were DS18. I want to sound like a beast, and he bought me them DS18 speakers with the lights in them, man. So I mean, I asked to be a beast, but his beast wasn't the beast that I was trying to be.
How did your Impala sound?
Oh, my Impala is a killer.
So, and he probably did Impalas before yours, or cars before yours. So he probably assumed that, hey man, how hard could it be? This is speakers.
Yeah.
It's going to my skill set is going to translate from this Impala over to this Slingshot. But think about it. We're using pro audio gear in the motorcycles and the Slingshots, Vanderhalls. All this is, they giving you hell about these lights. All this is if you go to a concert, it's the same style concert speakers.
Yeah.
We're just using them in these power sports that we have. So if you don't understand how a pro audio speaker work in an open air environment, which unless you had some kind of experience prior to, a lot of the car audio guys are learning, and they didn't want to break their habits or ideologies that they used in the car world. They just thought it was translate over into the bike world, and such is not the case.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a learning curve for everybody. I won't beat up on another professional in the industry to say, oh man, they trying to get over on you. I just think it may just be a lack of knowledge or overconfidence or assuming that it's all the same. A Slingshot builder can't necessarily just come in and build a Harley.
Right.
A Harley builder not just gonna come in and make a Vanderhall do what we were able to do. It's not something that just happens overnight. You got to put a lot of time and research in to each of these machines, all the equipment, to come up with the right recipe, and then be able to tune it and make it work.
Yeah. All right, hold on for a second, Ricky. All right, if you're just now tuning in, man, we're talking to Rickie Will. Rickie Will hosts the biggest motorcycle show in the country, man. If you're just now tuning in, this is Rickie Will. Our episode sponsors are 210 Slingers, Light the Night from San Antonio, Texas, and the ATO Slingshot store, man. Just now tuning in, hit that like and subscribe button, man. So listen, man. Rickie, man, I'm only asking these questions because I know this super chat. I know these people gonna go back and look at these videos, man. I get questions, I get comments on all this stuff. So
no judging, don't say judging, please.
No, I ain't gonna say judging. I'm gonna say this, Rickie. You're a tuner, right? You tune.
Yeah. Yes.
I want to know. I want you to walk me through this. So when you're tuning, are you sitting in the driver's seat tuning? Are you standing beside it on the left side? Where are you listening to the Slingshot and you tuning, right? So what's the best location for you to be? Are you just walking around the Slingshot? When you're tuning, you listen to a song and you're tuning, right? So where should you be at so that you can hear the sound as you're tuning it?
So that's kind of like a loaded question. So first off, I would say all the above. In any vehicle, whether it's a motorcycle, Vanderhall, Slingshot. First off, what are we doing? Are we competing with this? So we're competing. If you have a DSP that'll give you the option to go through different tunes, you're riding in the driver's seat, where the passenger tune may not be the same as your competition tune, right? So we're tuning for competition and you have outside pods. I can't tune outside pods by sitting in the driver's seat. So most times I got a table and I'm just sitting there inputting all my numbers for the subs, for the mids, for the tweeters, whatnot. I have everything. I tune like it's a choir. Mm-hmm. So if you think of a choir director dealing with the choir, he's going to give the soprano their notes. You're going to give the alto their notes. You're going to get the tenor their notes. And then at some point, you're going to bring the whole choir in and blend the voices together, blend the harmonies. And so it's the same thing with tuning. You're going to do that and then blend the frequencies in and make sure the tenors aren't overpowering the sopranos, the altos, and so on. So once you find out, you get all that situated, and you find out what the speaker likes and what the speaker don't like. The 6.5 inside may not sound the same as the same 6.5 on the outside because although they're close, they're in two different environments. You got reflection inside the car, outside the open air, you may not have that. So that same 6.5 may not be able to ride on the same frequency, or you may have to manipulate certain frequencies in the DSP to get everything to blend. Mm-hmm. So this could be a 3-4 day process. It could be a couple hour process. You got to think about air fatigue, and all of this when you're tuning at that level. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So at that point, once we get everything dialed in, we get the science of it, and you figure out what the speakers. I'm sorry, my wife just walked past the office. I apologize. She threw me off. So listen, once you get the whole science of it together, now you gotta put the Slingshot or the Vanderhall or the Harley in real life situations. If I were a judge and I stand over here and I stand over here, and you gotta play different genres of music at different volumes, you gotta play with the bass knob. You may have a tent set up and say, okay, if my client goes to this show, they typically play under a tent. So you may have to put a pop-up tent up like you would at a show. Oh,
yeah, you got to do it like that.
And be able to tell them, if you get under the tent, that 34 volume, that ceiling is now 33 because of the reflection. And if you get a big crowd around you that's close, people absorb sound too. So there's so many variables that you have to train not only yourself, but you have to be able to train your client to be able to deal with when they get in the ring and be able to identify.
Yeah.
Get to the show early. If you can get to the show early and pull in and see where you're going to compete at, get there and do it. Mm-hmm. That's when you're competing at the high level. hey, go study everybody that's there. You know what you have? Prime example with Animal. I knew Animal was outmatched before we got in the ring. I didn't underestimate him, but I knew he was outmatched because I went and I studied his sling and looked at it. He probably didn't see me. I'm looking under it because I want to know what my opponent has so I can make the necessary changes. Not to get off topic, but I'm just telling you, when I'm tuning, those are all the things that you have to think about. But yes, I sit in the slingshot, but most times, if this person is building this sling to compete with, where 3 judges are going to be walking around it, then primarily you want to make sure it sounds good from the outside because that's what they're building it for competition. And how it's going to be judged.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. So we're talking about tuning, right? So is there a point when you first start tuning, right? You first start tuning, in the DSP, you can turn every speaker off except the sub. You like to let me listen to the subs by themselves. All right, turn the subs off. Let me listen to the tweeters by themselves. Okay, turn them off. Now let me listen to the mid bass by itself. Is that a such thing as doing like that, or you when you tune, you always tune with everything going on? You can't do it in layers.
No, I tune in layers.
Okay,
because if you just listen to the subs, right, that's not you got to find out what that sub like, right? What that enclosure like. I could take 2 Vanderhalls, build them the same way, same product. One may just be a freak of nature that like a little more 45 hertz in the DSP than the other. So you got to listen to it, but the bass alone, the sub alone, not gonna sound musical. If you turn the tweeters on by themselves, what are you really listening to? If you got them crossed if they like playing from 5 to say 20K, what are you really listening? Do you know what you're listening to, All-Star?
Hell
You're not hearing any music. So can you hear if 8K is a little harsher? Do you need to boost 14.5K a little bit? Do you got too much on 20K where it's just too much the S hissing noise on it where you got to bring it? Like you got to be able to tune in frequencies and listen like, okay, those mids, I'm not getting the tone I need on a snap. I need to put a little more 3.150 in the DSP. I need to boost that a little bit, or I need to take that ice cream truck sound out of where it sounds like a PA system. So let me bring 1K down, 2 dB. Those are all the things you have to know when you're tuning. Not just let me just throw it in the pot and boost everything, and it's going to sound good.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to get too technical.
Yeah, I wanted you to because I've never had nobody on the channel that went in depth with how they tune. We talked about it, but I never had nobody to talk about the steps that they use to actually tune. So let me give a super thank you to a super chatter. He goes by the name of Moet the Painter in Memphis. Love Money Team. They the goats.
From
Appreciate
Memphis.
that, Moet the Painter, and also Stephen Cozy. Appreciate that. Go ahead, Rick.
No, I was saying where you say Moet the Painter was from?
He's in Memphis, man.
Okay.
Memphis.
We'll be in Memphis. What's up, Moet? We'll be in Memphis in May 31st to I think June 3rd for pound. So make sure if you wasn't already coming through, Moet, make sure you come through, man. I'd like to meet you in person.
Moet said he want the sauce, Ricky. Don't hold it back. Damn.
So check it out, right? I know you said we weren't going to talk about judging, right? But
oh God. Okay.
So I see judging posts all the time, and I'm actually working on a curriculum for a judging course. Like we have SOS University, so we did like a Who Wants to Be a Judge 101 class, right? Where it was for competitors and people who thought they may want to be judges at competitions. Kind of like an introduction to what goes into judging, what judges are looking for, right?
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, people always say judging is subjective.
Yeah, all the time.
But you got to look up the definition of subjective, right? It's subjective to a point, but it's objective too, because there are things in place that we know we're looking for. So it's just not your personal opinion at all. It's subjective and objective if you look at the two definitions, right? And I don't want to teach the class on there, but here's what we have to do. As a community, it's not about me making you think how I think. We all just need to be on the same page with judging to know down to the definition of the words. What is bass? What is treble? What is sound? What is the judge? What's your role? Like most times you go to an event and you just try to pick the three best people with integrity with what you think is some knowledge of what's going on, and you throw them in the ring.
Well, yeah, they don't have no connection to none of the Slingshot owners type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But if you pick that guy who did your Impala, right? Some people may say he's not qualified, right?
Mm-hmm.
But who's to say he's not because he never built a Slingshot? But I bet you this: if you go home with your sling and you playing songs in the garage, and you go get your significant other, your wife or your husband, and you play that Ozzy Brothers song, and when that guitar solo come in on what's that, Footsteps in the Dark? Is that the one?
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about, right? Somebody say a bad example. Listen. And if that guitar don't sound right, or if Mary J vocals don't sound right coming through your speakers, I bet you your wife, who never tuned the bike in her life, can tell you, ooh, what I call it the stank face. If something don't sound right when you go to the Mary J concert, if her band ain't hitting, you know what you're gonna say? Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
That ain't right.
Well, you ain't need no sound degree to tell you it ain't sound right.
Right.
Right? But if it's hitting, what you gonna do? Look in the crowd. We all do that common thing. We move our head, we snap our fingers because it's just in us, right?
Right.
We've been conditioned over the years just organically on what sounds good. Now, on the judging side of things, you need to say, for this specific competition, this is what we're looking for, right? These are the parameters in which I need you to make a integral decision based off of these things. When you add these things up, who did these things? Who checked the most boxes to win this particular round? And when we have these conversations and we do some drills and play, like I'll play some music with what may be considered a bad tune or high-pitched tweeters or muffled vocals. If you got 20 people in the class and collectively you say take notes, and we look at these papers and say, what did you write? What did you write? And we all on the same page, then we get ready. When we get ready to go judge, you've kind of calibrated the culture on what we're looking for. So now competitors know, now promoters know, now judges know. It's just really about getting us all on the same page, not trying to pit each other down and say, oh, you don't know what the heck you doing, or you suck, or what did you ever do? What's your qualifications? We ain't gonna never get nowhere as a community. And I kind of sit back, and that's what I see across the board in all the different platforms when it comes to judging, which is a hard job. Standing on your feet for 4 hours, everybody else on vacation, and you in there judging.
Yeah.
And then they give you hell afterwards.
Yeah. It's like a referee at a high school game.
Hey, but listen, they still making bad calls at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's always going to be bad calls that get made.
Hey, Rickie, so do you prefer head-to-head or side-by-side battle? Which one?
Huh?
Do you prefer head-to-head or side-by-side? As far as competition, it don't matter.
I don't think it matters. I like side to side just because logistically it's easy to pull both of them out and keep the traffic flowing the same way. But I don't think it really matters. We always do side by side, but I don't. What do you like?
I think I want to go. I got these.
So
two.
Now I'm a hard head. I just tried to give your people a chance. Guy very knowledgeable, but couldn't show me no sling. I don't know. That must be a side conversation.
That's a side conversation. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do up there.
Okay.
So Rickie.
Yes.
So listen, I'm going into the ring Saturday, Rickie. Now listen. Now, if I go in there Saturday, Rickie, if I hit them with the killer cam, they're gonna hear everything. They're gonna hear the bass. The bass is phenomenal. It's impeccable. If I hit them with the killer cam, they're gonna hear everything. So, Rickie, what is your advice? Should I just go ahead and my first song just unleash it on them?
So this is how
middleweight.
If I know first off, I look at the judges, right? And if your judge is a competitor, right? And you've heard him compete before, and say Killer Cam is a song that he compete with and he can identify with, I might drop it just because if he plays it and his bike plays it good, then you know you might win that particular judge over if you drop it and it's dope.
Yeah.
If you play that same song and it ain't hitting on nothing, then that judge is going to be able to. So that's if you judge shopping, right? If you like playing for art. Well, you playing for the judges anyway.
Yeah.
So if that's a song that can get you in good graces with at least one judge, I'm going to go ahead and drop it.
Okay.
Let me play a song that he or she is familiar with and get me some points. But do I think that's a song that you stay in for 90 seconds? No. I mean,
no, I don't think. I'm hoping they do a minute. I'm hoping they do a minute.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a great song, but it got a long intro. So you talking about clock management. What are you trying to highlight in that song? It got two different bass lines where the bass line go up and the bass line go down. So if you got any type of port noise in your system, that might not be the. Don't sacrifice your 60 or 90 seconds for one bass note.
Yeah.
So you got to just kind of be a little strategic with that one.
Rickie, I want them when they hear the first song, Rickie, I want them to know I want the judges to know when they hear the first song who the winner is. We just playing the second song just to be playing the second song. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, go with Killer Cam then.
Killer Cam.
But the next song, when you come out of it, once you get the doom, doom, doom once and then doom, doom, doom twice, you need to be hit and play going to the next song. And whatever you go to next, it better come right in because you don't have a lot of time on that clock once you play Killer Cam with the intro. I think that whole intro, you're going to probably eat up about 35 seconds, 40 seconds. So you only got about maybe 20 seconds left if you're doing 60 seconds.
Yeah. So what is your take on just the first song? Let the judges make a determination on the first song. I don't need it to be, we got to hear another song. I want the judges to know when they hear the first song, we already know who won this.
I want you to, I believe you should come right in and punch the judges in the face.
Yeah.
If I'm like, or if you got a song that got like a slow intro, at least make it with a dope build up where it's just not repetitive, where if it's coming on kind of smooth and it's highlighting cymbals and then horns and then vocals, then the beat drop, cool. Yeah. But to play a song with a slow intro that's repetitive, I'm bored. That's me personally judging it. Like, all right, it did that for 10 seconds. The next 10 seconds, if it do the same thing, all right, I already listened and judged on that. Give me, if it's a slower starting song, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Think about Killer Cam. It come on, he says killer, right?
Yeah.
That's the only vocals. Then it goes killer can. All right, so I'm waiting in anticipation, right? But that's 15 to 20 seconds on that, building up to the drop. Your drop better be crazy. For you to sacrifice 15 to 20 seconds in the beginning of 60 seconds, the drop better be crazy.
Yeah. Oh, either that or swoop or MO3. I mean, one of those days. Somebody gonna get it. Somebody gonna get it, Rickie, Saturday.
You better tighten your playlist up before you leave.
Oh, well, I got more songs. I'm just telling you. I'm messing
with swoop. I don't know. That's old. You still don't play
listen,
swoop? You still playing it?
Rickie, if I get there Saturday and my competition is on that level, I gotta dig in the bag. But it is listen, it's like a sprinter. If I'm racing against you, you know what I'm saying? I need to beat you. I don't need to beat you by a mile. I only run fast as my opponent. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna send you some EDM songs. Don't go in there playing no swoop. We played that in like 2018. We ain't playing swoop.
I'm playing for the judges though, bro.
Okay. All right. Play swoop then. Hey, y'all, he ain't gonna listen.
Send me something, bro. Send me something.
I'm gonna send you. I got you. What you play on Spotify? You on Spotify?
I'm on Apple. I'm on YouTube Music. Yeah. And I got Apple too.
How does YouTube Music? Is it clear?
It's clear. It's pretty clear. Yeah.
I never tried it.
A lot of us play on YouTube Music.
Really?
Yeah.
So is it like a streaming thing? Like
Nah, you can actually, and I just kind of figured this shit out. So you can actually download the songs. So you play them, put them in your playlist, download them. You got to download them.
Yeah.
Then you're able to go on airplane mode. Because you downloaded the songs, you're able to play the songs with your airplane mode on.
Have you ever tried to play your system through Spotify?
I haven't. Is it clear? Is it really?
Yes.
All right. Hey, I got to do that then.
So you could use the trial version. What I like about Spotify, I have Apple and Spotify. If you ask me which one I like better, I like Spotify. And you can go on Spotify and actually they have if you're good with tuning, you can enhance the EQ. It has a parametric EQ inside of Spotify where you could kind of boost or take things away. So the actual streaming version that's coming out, you could kind of manipulate it a little bit too.
Yeah. You dropping them gems, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I like.
You can't do that on the other ones. You can't do that on Tidal or none of the other ones.
I had Tidal. I had Apple. Because you never know what your customer is going to stream on. See, Apple has a real good mid-bass sound to it, but to me, it didn't have the clarity that Spotify has. Just me personally. So, what I may be lacking in the Apple, I'll just boost when I get over to Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And you could do the same thing. You could hit the download button. So like when you're in airplane mode, those buttons that you downloaded, and you got to just have your Wi-Fi on when you do download it.
Right.
So I like to do it when I get to the house. I just download all of my playlists.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to a show, you put it on airplane mode, you still have access to those
downloaded songs.
Yeah. Anybody on here? If you on live chat, anybody else on here use Spotify?
Yeah.
What everybody use?
G Money said he got Spotify.
Yeah, J Money, how do you like Spotify? If he's still listening?
Yeah, he's there. That's he's a part of Team Light 'em Up, New Jersey. You heard them boys?
No, G
Money.
That's Gennaro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's my man. All right.
Stephen Cozy, he uses Spotify. Damn, man. Amazon.
The heavy hitters on here using Spotify.
Yeah. Damn.
So she uses Amazon. Okay, I've never used Amazon Music either. All right,
Yeah.
I'll check those out, but I'm like Team Spotify.
Yeah. Man, G Money said Spotify. Okay, G Money. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Check it out, All-Star. You may let me know. And if you need any help navigating through it, man, just hit me up.
Yeah, I will, man. All right. So before you get out of here, man, tell us what you got going on, man. Give us your Facebook, social media handles, man. You know, your Instagram, your websites. Let us know where we can reach you, where we can find you at, man.
So you can find us, first and foremost, go follow us on Instagram. It's team_money cycles. You can join the Team Money Cycles Sound Off series, the group page on Facebook. Just everybody, if you on here, go on there, hit the join button, and I'll make sure I get everybody approved. We go on there, we talk trash, we have fun. We post up different products. Pretty much on YouTube, TikTok. If you type in Team Money Cycles, we'll come up. Hit that follow button. We got a pretty cool schedule set up real quick. We're starting off at the Pacific Ocean and coming back over to the Atlantic Ocean. So May 5th through the 7th will be in the Los Angeles, California area. May 5th and 7th will be, 5th and 6th will be at Speed by Design, located in Norco, California. May 7th will be with On Ground Clothing, LA, doing like some parking lot pimping in Los Angeles, doing a little riding with the Cali boys. We're going to take some of these big audio baggers out to Cali and just merge the two cultures together, embrace what they do out there, let them embrace what we do over here on the East Coast. From there, we're going to the Black Wall Street Raleigh in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Very, very good event. That's May 12th to the 14th weekend. We'll leave there. We'll go to Memphis, Tennessee for Pound. That's May 31st to June 4th, I believe it is, for the Pound annual. We'll come back the month of June. We're going to take it easy. The month of July, we will be at Maryland International Raceway the weekend. I believe that's July 14th and 15th weekend. August 12th weekend, we'll be in Cleveland, Ohio at Southeast Harley Davidson. September 23rd to the 25th, we'll be in North Carolina at Galot Motorsport Park. And we'll end our show the weekend of, I believe it's October 14th weekend. We'll be in Ferris, Texas at Extreme Raceway Motor Park. I don't know how I remembered all that, but that's the 2023 SOS schedule, man.
You got it, man. Hey, I want to introduce you to my website. It's www.SUTVSScorecard.com, man. So this year, I'm gonna be tracking all the first and second place in sound between three platforms: Three Wheel Showdown, SS Takeover, and Riders for Life, Slingfest. So I'm gonna be tracking on this website. It's got a place for all the competitors. It's a profile picture of all the owner of the slingshots, their year, their sling name, their models. If you click on the scorecard will show you who won every weekend after there was an event. So check it out. If you got anybody that is a competitor slingshot, tell them to get in contact with me and I'll put them in there as a competitor. So what happened last year, I gave out the end of year awards for my show, and I gave out the featherweight of the year, the middleweight of the year. So this year, I'm gonna track it all year.
That's pretty dope.
If you get a chance, check it out.
No, I'm gonna check it out. I saw the awards that you gave out last year, so that's pretty cool. GX No Baggage versus Slingshot this year. Hey G, I know SS Takeover. We normally do it with them. Jimmy has an event that day, I believe he's scheduled. But if we get enough participation from the Slingshot community for that July event at Maryland International Raceway, TMC, we will still host the Baggers versus Slingshots if we get enough participation from the Slingshot community, and it's not conflicting with anything else going on. We'll definitely do that if you guys want to do it.
Okay. Cool, man. Well, look, Rickie, man, it was an honor, man, to sit here and converse with you, man. And the biggest promoter motorcycle shows in the country, man. I appreciate that, man. It was an honor, man. And listen, anytime you want to come back, man, please get in contact with me and come back on the show, man.
Hey, I want to just tell you, man, thank you very much, All-Star, for having me. I've had the opportunity to watch this show several times. You normally have about 12 people that look like Hollywood, the old school Hollywood squares on here when I look. Yeah. But I just want to tell you, man, you're doing a phenomenal job keeping the news flowing for the three-wheel community, man. You're a blessing to the community. And thank you for allowing me to come into your world. And my goal is it's a little challenging doing the motorcycle stuff, but if I can in any way impart any knowledge or events, anything to the three-wheel community, man, three-wheel world community, I'm here for it. So,
man,
just let me know.
I definitely appreciate that, man. I'm pretty sure I'll see you. I'm gonna be floating around the United States in the next 6-8 months. So I'm definitely gonna run into you somewhere, probably North Carolina, you know.
Hey man, absolutely. If you come in and do some if you ever want to podcast live from any of the SOS events, whether it be North Carolina, man, you know, I'm pretty sure you got a relationship with Vernon or myself or Roy and them, man. I think that would be pretty good. So just let me know, man.
Okay, I will. Hey man, appreciate it, man.
All right.
I'll let you.
Everybody, thank y'all, man. Everybody be safe. Take care.
Listen, I thank you guys for taking time, man, to get on Straight Up TV, man. I am your Slingshot platform, man, for YouTube. Anytime you feel like you want to come by, man, if you have a conversation, man, if you have something to say for the betterment of the Slingshot community, man, please contact me and come on the show, man. So let's close out. Let's close out with everybody, you know what I'm saying? Give me your